Okay, so what we found is that Budapest is not as cheap as Krakow. It's a city that has a Four Seasons hotel. It gets tons of tourists, tons of cheap flights coming in from Ryanair from all over Europe, and it's jacked everything up. So we've actually had a really hard time finding $5 fantastic fills. So we're gonna give Cserepes Kisvendeglo another try. This time we're armed with a little bit more information because I went to their Facebook page and saw the translation of the daily menu and got some more translations of the broader menu. So gotta make this work. Quite good. Okay, so that was pretty darn good. We've come here several times and I think we finally made it. We figured it out. I ended up getting those pork cutlets and that divine tasting cabbage pickled stuff. A little bit over $5, so we can't call it the $5 fantastic fill, but still a great deal at $6 for pork plus a side. Made my stomach feel good, made my taste buds feel good, so I would definitely come back, and I think it's as good as you're gonna get in Budapest. The prices are higher here, so keep that in mind. What do you think about Cserepes Kisvendeglo?
Honestly loved it. It is so homemade, so warm. I like the place itself. It's very cozy and very Hungarian, and the food is definitely some of the best tasting Hungarian food that I've had here in Budapest.
That's goulash, right?
Definitely the best goulash, yeah. And I've had it a few times already at different places, even a little bit more expensive than this one. So thumbs up for sure.
It was a good experience. Okay, so nothing to do with the last place we ate. My stomach has been feeling kind of gurgly for a few days. It's starting to drive me nuts, so I need to find some Maalox. Hopefully they sell it over the counter here. We're gonna find that out. So along the way, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the transit system here in Budapest. The transit system here is really great. There are subways, there are trams, and there are buses. They're all the same price for a ticket. I'm gonna show you how to buy the ticket, how much a ticket is, and how much a monthly pass is. Okay, so very easy to buy tickets for the Budapest system. They have these machines outside of any metro station and a lot of tram stations too. First thing you do is put it in English, push that little flag, now it's in English. Super easy. If you just want to get one ticket, I usually buy 10 of them, but if you only want one, you just click that. It's 350 forints. The currency here is called the forint. It's kind of like from Florence, they want you to think. So anyway, $1 is about 312 forints right now. So one ticket on the metro is gonna cost you a little over $1. That's only gonna get you one little trip. You can't transfer around, you can't use it for 20 minutes like you can in Krakow or other cities. It's kind of a flaw in the system, but anyway, that's the way it is. You can use one trip and you have to stamp it every time you get on. Now what we did, which was really nice, is we just got the monthly pass. So I'm gonna go back. Other tickets and passes. Budapest passes, monthly Budapest pass. I don't know what they mean by natural person, but that's us. It's 9,500 forints. And you just pick that you want it to start today, and there you go. They'll ask you for your driver's license number or your ID number. It's easy, you just put it in. 9,500, which is about $30. Not bad for a month. $30, unlimited, any bus, any subway, any tram. The city's really well set up for that. Will they have Maalox? This is the question. Okay, so something really weird about, I find, Eastern Europe. We're in a place that kind of looks like it would be a Rite Aid or a CVS, but it's not. They don't really have any type of over-the-counter medications. It's basically a place where you would come to get just shampoo or soap or cosmetic products. So I don't even know what to call it because it's not really a drugstore. The one we're in right now is called Rossmann. Looking for something for an upset stomach, and I think I have to go to an actual pharmacy. I'm deducing that because I don't see anything here as far as things that would help my upset stomach. And the people here don't speak any English, unfortunately. So we're gonna try to find a small pharmacy. Is that right? We have to go to a pharmacy?
Yeah, that's...
And now I'd like to take you to one of the most beautiful sites of Budapest. On the Pest, or Pest side, this is St. Stephen's Basilica. So we're here at the Basilica. The actual interior is closed today. Well, you never know what you're going to get in Hungary, some sort of ceremony. But we're able to climb to the lookout tower, and it costs about $5 each. But it's a really nice view of Budapest from the top because apparently they don't allow you to build buildings taller than the Basilica in Pest. So getting a little bit out of breath, we decided to take the elevator halfway, and we're walking the rest of the way. But the good news is that my butt is going to look really good after this workout for the next time I go to the thermal bath. Ooh, this is a really nice view of Budapest. Okay, here we are now in the center of Pest. This is called Deák Ferenc tér, which basically means Frank Deák Square. It's where all the subway lines come together. It's the center of the city. Over here on this side would have been the old wall of the city. And on the other side is the Jewish district because the Jews were not allowed to live inside the city walls. Of course, we got a big siren there. Right here you have the Ritz-Carlton, which is right in the center. In front of me you have the Lutheran church. And on this side, you'll see in the footage of what was once a beautiful bank is now a residence. One of the things that's really important to remember about Budapest is that this was the capital either of a great empire or a co-capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and it was incredibly diverse. That's why we're going to see a great synagogue, a huge Lutheran church, Protestants, in a primarily what is now Catholic country, and we saw the St. Stephen's Basilica. Lots of diversity, multinational, multi-ethnic place for centuries. A testament to the fascinating multi-ethnic, multi-religious aspect of Hungary in the past, a massive Lutheran church in the middle of the most prominent square of Pest. Just outside what would have been the old city walls of Pest is the entrance to the Jewish neighborhood. And in the background, one of the classic things that happens in Eastern Europe, a bunch of drunk British guys that come here, ignore everything about the culture, party, and scream like idiots for days. Almost achieving our $2 takeaway in Budapest are kebabs. Unfortunately, since we're right near the center, it's more like $3. Now I'm about to show you what I consider one of the most fascinating and striking buildings and monuments in Budapest. Remember, until World War II, this city was multinational, multi-ethnic, part of a huge empire. A quarter of the population were Jews. Not anymore, most didn't survive. But at the time, they were very prominent, an integral part of the city, and pretty well integrated. What you're about to see is the Great Synagogue, which rivals the Basilica and the Lutheran Church, and that should say something about the culture at the time and how backward we went under World War II and Nazi times. This particular synagogue was structured more like a church because they were basically in the process of assimilation, making it all the more tragic what ended up happening. It's a beautiful monument. Let's take a look. Here we are at this beautiful piece of architecture. You can go inside, which is also definitely worth it. But keep in mind the hours are very restrictive. Make sure you look before you go. Today it closes at 4 o'clock, and you may even have to get a limited ticket for a time tour. Something to really research. It's not one of those places you can just show up at. This synagogue was built, consecrated in 1859. It seats 3,000 people, and it's the largest synagogue in all of Europe. One of the largest synagogues in the entire world. I believe it's the second or third largest. I think the only bigger one is maybe in New York, maybe in Israel. It shows you how much of an important center of Jewish life and culture Budapest once was. Okay, so traditionally one of my favorite cheap eats in Budapest is called Vega or VegaCity. It's near Astoria, so that's where we're headed now. You used to be able to get a really good, tasty vegetarian dish for a couple dollars, so let's see if it's still the case. Today we have borscht, Russian beetroot soup with beans, dal soup with coconut, green pea stew, kolent, no idea what that is, with seitan and noodles, some sort of wok and some sort of pasta. Oh, so it could be a decent selection. You do come here every day.
Yes.
Some sort of curry. The broccoli is really good. Next, this bologna thing, but not bologna. It says Bologna, but that just means the area of Italy, I guess, that it's from. Okay, I'm leaning back because I'm full. It was pretty good. The spaghetti bolognese was about $3.50, and so was the curry with broccoli. So decent portions. You could actually probably get by on one portion, maybe another little soup, and that would make this one of our $5 fantastic fills. The smoothie was about $4, so not the cheapest smoothie in town, but apparently it is made here. The water was $1.50, and I'm pretty much good to go. I'm full. I feel like it was nutritious and healthy, and different options every day. So it is definitely a place worth checking out, a good deal and a good quality. And so when we got here, we looked inside and happened to be one of my friends eating here, so it was a pleasant surprise. He's also a famous Hungarian musician.
Yeah.
What's the name of your band? A Few Years Later?
A few years later, yeah.
Yeah, so you can check them out too.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
We know the elites of Budapest. Okay, so it is true we had to go to a pharmacy. But we got really lucky. There was a lovely woman inside named Juliana, and she helped us so much. There is kind of a Maalox in Hungary. It's like a Hungarian Maalox. So that's what I got. Doesn't have one of the ingredients, so I had to buy it separately. But hopefully this will work for my stomach. Best customer service ever. Better than the United States.
Alright guys, so I finally made it back to the Basilica, and today is open, so we're gonna go in and I'll be able to show you around. It's such a beautiful, beautiful sight. So come with me and I hope you like it.
So this is Calvin Square, and that's the Calvinist Reformed Church. Also a significant religious building here in Budapest, showing the religious diversity. The whole square is named after it. So, here we are at our Airbnb. This was only $1,000 for the entire month. And if you believe that, you're not living in 2021. This is the Royal Palace. Not so glamorous when you're wet going to the other side, is it?
Yeah, once you're wet, it's freaking cold.
I've never been here that much into the winter. Found something open. One of the old medieval passageways.